I'm not gonna be friends with nobody any longer who literally say that the demons are chasing them. I've had multiple friends like that, and they're not my friends any longer. I have my own inner demons to fight, but you're literally fighting demons, sis. Hello, I am back. It's been a minute, so hello. If you're new here, welcome. My name is Ashley. I do dish and makeup, and I also do sip and chat. Now, I have neither drink nor makeup. I already did my makeup. Honestly, I actually lost my foundation, so that's great. But hello, I'm back. When you're seeing this, it's gonna be my 25th birthday. So yes, this is a Virgo. We're the best, even though y'all hate us. Not as much as Geminis, but y'all definitely still hate us. I'm gonna tell you guys some things about just like what I learned in the year 24. Well, I'm still 24, right? I'm turning 25 in 2 days. So like I said, anyway, I'm just gonna tell you what I learned this past year. First of all, number one, boundaries. I had to learn my boundaries through being disrespected so much. Yeah, I got tired of being disrespected by people who didn't even deserve to be in my energy. So, let's see. Around this time last year, I was in like a really bad relationship. I can be more honest about it because honestly, I've forgiven and I really moved on from it. And I've healed from the situation. I wish that person nothing but the best, but nothing but the best out of my life, okay? But, you know, that relationship really taught me how to, you know, let go of toxic people and toxic behaviors that I displayed on my own. And it was actually like really, really hard. It was very, very hard, like just this time last year, even though it was like absolutely monumental for me because I dropped AQM Cosmetics on the world with no warning, really. Unless you were paying attention to my stories around that time last year, there was absolutely no warning at all that I was actually even doing any type of cosmetics company. So kudos to me. It's been in business for a year. I will be doing a video of everything that I learned in a year in business and things that you won't learn in business school because I did both. So yeah, anyway, back to what I was saying. So no matter how hard it was, I honestly, now that I haven't just cut off like a toxic relationship, I've cut off like toxic friends, I've cut off people that just did not have my best interest at heart for me. I just cut them off completely because it's like, you don't need to be in my energy any longer and it doesn't suit me. It benefits you, but it doesn't suit me at all. And honestly, it not only causes me physical pain, it causes me emotional pain as well, and mental drainage, and I just really don't have time for that. Like, I'm 25. I don't have time for it. I know I'm young and me saying, oh, I'm 25, but it's a quarter of a century. That's a lot of time. Sis only got about like 10 more years left until her eggs start to, you know, I become high risk. So yes, I'm getting old, I guess. Everyone's getting old. But I do not feel guilty at all for cutting people off in my life. Like, honest to God, I barely even have any friends anymore. I barely speak to anybody any longer. And I'm actually okay with that. For the first time in my life, I've been completely okay with not speaking to people anymore and just like really keeping my peace. There was a saying that I heard where it says, you're not bored, you're at peace. And a lot of times people, they don't realize that when there's just so much chaotic things going on in your life, usually half the time your mind just isn't at rest and you're not able to fully think the way that you want to think, and you're not able to fully process things the way that you want to process things. And I think that also has to contribute to me moving as well. I made a really big move year 24. I moved to Texas from Maryland by myself, and it taught me a lot about independence. It taught me that I'm able to do it and that I'm able to really be on my own. And I think with me being on my own, it just allowed me to really just process things that I went through in the past, and it also taught me to rely on myself and rely on my intuition. I don't really have friends out here like that. And you know what? Normally I'd be like, oh, I don't have friends. And in the very beginning I was like that. But then I realized people, they move funny. So that's all I'm gonna say about that when it comes to that. But I felt like Maryland, for me, it didn't really provide me any more opportunities for my growth. Not necessarily for, I mean, yes, also for my business and things. Eventually I will come back, but that's a different story. We're not gonna get into that right now. But I felt like at a certain point in time, like there just was no more room for growth for me in Maryland, so I decided to move. And me leaving Maryland, it made me realize that I was very comfortable in toxic environments and in toxic situations, because it's something that I was just used to my whole entire life. And I had to just really do a lot of, like, I just knew I wanted better for myself, and I just didn't know how to achieve it. And me moving out here and being completely like independent, it caused me to really just like, I gotta put things into action, and I have to really just put the pedal to the metal, but also allow myself time to rest as well. That's why I haven't been on here. I've had a lot of, my summer, it was just very, there was a lot of things going on, and my bad. There was a lot of things going on this summer, which took a toll on me emotionally, and I knew that I wouldn't be able to whip out content like that with my emotional state being the way that it was. But I got that situated once and for all, so that I can just be back and I can be consistent and I can give you guys content and you guys can really pick what's on my brain. But I am on TikTok. I'm on TikTok kind of often, but more frequently than I am on any other social media, except for my business page, obviously, AQ1 Cosmetics. There is a sale going on. It's going to be going on until the 14th of September. Take advantage of the sale, because sales on my website do not happen very often. Yeah, this year, 24, after I fully left, because honest to God, like, I talk about this relationship, but that relationship really was very pivotal in the beginning of my healing process. Like, before then, I actually had other things that I was healing from and that I'm still continuing to heal from, but not necessarily. Like, I did the emotional work for the most part when it comes to certain things that happen, and I will eventually become open about it. I try not to talk about it that much because it can trigger me, but now I am at the emotional capacity where I'm okay with talking about things that have happened to me in the past. I've kind of hinted at some things that's happened, like, you know, I could talk about my mom passing and how that affected my life. Obviously that's going to affect my life in a very very big way, but I can also talk about, you know, me being assaulted and me, like, you know, just having to like really be in survival mode for so many years that I didn't realize that it was affecting the way that I was manifesting, and it was affecting everything else in my life as well. Because when you're in survival mode, your mind is just something, is completely different, and everything about your mind, it just is like you're on go, you're on go, you're on go. But when do you sit and stop and just really process things that are going on? I had to realize that I don't have to be in survival mode any longer. Like, I really don't. I can just sit, and even if they're not going right, I now walk by faith and not by sight, because I know that things are going to be better, and, you know, they're going to be better, and they're going to allow me to open up doors that have never been opened up before. And you know what, I just thank God in advance for it. So, but me realizing that I was in survival mode, and, you know, me allowing myself to process things, it had to come with shadow work during that phase of my life, because like I said, 24 was just like, I thought 23 was bad. Like, I thought 23 was bad. 23 really rocked me. Like, it rocked me so bad. Honestly, 18 to 22, 23 rocked me really bad. But 24, I had to heal from 6 years. 6 years of, and honestly longer than 6 years, but the last 6 years of my life Now 7 were the most pivotal when it came to my growth, because it's just like, damn, like everything was happening back to back to back. I was really like completing my whole karmic cycle. It was a hot mess. I really went through the dark night of the soul. It was just like I try not to revisit that energy because it was just so heavy. But me doing that shadow work, and me really, I still do my shadow work, honestly. You're never going to be done doing shadow work and doing that inner child healing and that inner teen healing. People that talk about inner child healing all the time, but that inner teen healing is something different. Oh my gosh. It's still kind of the same as inner child healing, but it's a little different because it's more so, I think, of honoring your feelings that you had, and if they were not validating your inner teen and letting them know like, hey, look, your feelings were valid, you were allowed to feel XYZ type of way, and don't rebel, don't get me in trouble. I already was in trouble with the law multiple times. I just don't feel like being in trouble anymore. I don't. But doing shadow work is absolutely hard because it makes you face not only the things that people have done to you, but things that you've done to other people, and on top of that, behaviors that you've accepted. This year really taught me that I'm not a victim. I can be a victim, yes, but I don't identify as a victim. Life happens, things happen, and no one is perfect. If we were perfect, we would be the creator, like the creator. And yes, even though we co-create, we are not the creator. Like, we create life and all that stuff like that, but we're not the creator of all. Y'all get what I'm saying. But 24, I just want to thank 24, because without 24, I would not be able to embrace 25. So 24, it allowed me to see as well that I accepted behaviors from people, and like friends, like I said before, friends, relationships, things like that I did not need to accept. I kept for a while, I kept attracting the same type of friend where they saw me as like kind of like the weak link, or they underestimated me. And for the longest time I really like felt like, okay, well, you know, like I'm just trying to be a good friend and this, that, and the third, and whatever else, when in all reality, they didn't view me as such. They just viewed me as like an energy, like just as a dump, like would dump all their problems on me. First of all, number one, I'm not going to be friends with nobody any longer who literally say that the demons are chasing them. I've had multiple friends like that, and they're not my friends any longer. I have my own inner demons to fight, but you're literally fighting demons, sis. I can't do that no more. Like, I can't, that's not my battle. Leave that to God and leave me out of it. Thank you very much. And find peace within your life. Not even saying that in a hateful way, but for real, keep that energy away from me. Keep that energy completely away from me. With men, it allowed me to see what I wanted and what I didn't want. Obviously, after that last relationship, I did date again, and that was fun because I still was attracting the same type of partner for a little bit, and I was like, okay, no, this is not just that person. I keep on attracting the same person, like a different person, but the same type of person every single time. So what is it about me that I need to change in order for me to find the right person? So I've intentionally not been making friends, and I have been intentionally not been searching for a partner, because I just keep on attracting the same type of person. At least I used to anyway. Now I am manifesting my soul tribe and my husband and all of that good jazz. Whenever the time comes, I'm not in a rush, honestly. Like I said, I'm 25 years old. I still have a whole bunch of time. But you never know when your last day is your last day. But let's say that we live a long, healthy life. I have time. Do not rush. 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 That's one thing I learned this year too. Do not rush to try and be someone's wife, or to try and have babies, and to try and do all this stuff like that. There is no time limit. Why? trust me and promise you there is absolutely no time limit when it comes to that stuff. You can be 45 years old and still have a kid. It happens a lot. You can, like, there's no time limit on when you're supposed to be a wife or when you're supposed to be a husband or how much money you're supposed to make. I really started valuing taking everything day by day instead of what's this in the future, what's this in the future, what's this in the future, because me thinking so much of, like, don't get me wrong, I think about the future, but me thinking so much about the future it used to make me anxious, because if I didn't get certain things done by a certain time, I would be very angry, I would be very disappointed, and not really actually be able to sit and just be like, you know what, I did a lot this year. I did a lot this year when it comes to my business, when it comes to my own personal growth. I set boundaries. Now, if I don't feel like going out, I'm not going out. Now, if I don't feel like drinking, I'm not drinking. Now, if I don't feel like, if I just don't feel like having people in my life, they're not going to be in my life. You will be removed with the quickness. Before, I used to have hesitations, like, oh, but you know, what if not any longer. If you really are not, like, serving me and my purpose, and I'm not saying this in like a using way, but more so of a thing of, if you do not add value to my life, meaning you are more so, like I said before, with certain friends that I was having, I was being used for, whether it's, you know, like, oh, well, I'm hanging out with this person, or more so like someone's punching bag. You're not in my life anymore, and you obviously do not value me as a person, and I refuse to be disrespected by you or by anybody else. I'm not just that person that's there whenever you feel it's convenient for you to be there. And you know, there's things that I've had to work on as well when it comes to me and my relationships with people, because I'm not the most, like, that's what I'm saying, I'm not perfect, I'm still working on things. I'm not the most consistent person, but it's more so I'm not there just because you're convenient. No. If I'm not present at that very moment, it's because I have my own things that I got going on, and I'm not about to be over here just like going over here and just dumping my stuff onto you. Even though I can, I'm not going to, because one thing I learned while I was in the drug and alcohol program is that sometimes some people, they're just not available to be able to be that for you, and that is absolutely okay. You know, I don't take offense when they don't talk to me. When people cut me out their life, I do not take offense to it at all. Like, I don't, because there's obviously a reason why you cut me out, right? One thing that I realized as well, and this is within like the past couple of weeks, because there's other things that I want to do with my life, not just AQM Cosmetics, even though I love it so much. You know, I've been trying to stay consistent and, you know, really just put the pedal to the metal with that. Like I said before, there's a sale going on. Take advantage of it, because there's not a lot of sales going on over on my end. No ma'am. No. At least not yet anyway. But right now, no. You need to buy full price. No family discounts, no friend discounts, nothing. Unless I choose to give you something for free, you're not getting nothing for free from me. I'm sorry. I stopped accepting truths from like what people have said about me and applying it to me, because a lot of times what people they feel about me usually is projected. People, they said some really heinous things about me, and they're usually people that I considered friends or people that were my family and whatever else, and they've just said some like actual like terrible things, and it's like I accepted it for so long. I accepted things that it wasn't even me. It was the way that they felt about things that I was doing, and not the actual truth of who I am and the essence of who I am, but that comes with finding who you are. I think that's the main important thing. Like, the most important thing is that I found myself after a long time of me losing myself. I found myself, and for the first time in a while, I'm happy. Like, genuinely, I am happy, and I'm just so glad that I've gotten to that point, and I'm so grateful for the fact that I've gotten to the point where I'm happy to be alive, and every single day is a choice for me to live. And I choose to live. I make the choice to live every single day, you know? And so now, like I said before, I walk by faith and not by sight, and I'm learning to persevere through all of the toughness. There's sometimes where you just don't know where life is going to take you, and God has different plans for you. If I was going by my plan, I'd already be married by now. I'd already have a baby. I'd already be like, I just would not be where I am today, and I probably would not have ever found my happiness if I would have went by my plan compared to God's plan. So there's that. And then also I found out a lot about dating too. Like, I'm about to do a whole separate video, because some people, like, I started realizing something, like, people, they just they like to take people's opinion as fact, and I'm not even using my opinion as fact, but people, they really like to, like, listen to people and really take that shit as fact. Like, excuse me, no, we're not doing that. I'm sorry, no. I do not take relationship advice from someone who is not married. I don't. Why would I? Like, I can take dating advice, right, from someone who isn't married, right? There's a difference between relationship advice and dating advice. When you're dating, there's people who are single who have different perspectives. Like, for me, I have different perspectives, and I'm gonna get into that in another video. Like, if you don't like what I have to say, click off my stuff. If you don't like, if you do not like what I have to say, click off my stuff. I am grown. I am 25 years old. Click off my stuff. I pay my own bills. I do my own thing. Mind your business. If you don't like what I have to say, if you don't like the fact that I cuss, if you don't like the fact that I speak about spiritual stuff, and then sometimes I go, like, I'm human. I'm not, okay. I am not somebody who's perfect, okay? We are human. We all make mistakes. We all have flaws. We all have things we like and things that we don't like. And I'm not about to be over here because of the fact that you think that I'm spiritual, that I have to be a certain type of way when I don't. I do not subscribe to that, and I'm not going to accept that. You don't like what I have to say, then get off of my stuff. Block me on your stuff. I don't care. Actually, as a matter of fact, you comment down on my stuff, I will block you. For real. Don't do that. But yeah, I'm gonna get into this dating stuff in the next video. After the AQ on cosmetic stuff. I'm gonna get into this dating stuff in the next video. But yes, basically the whole synopsis is that I learned who I am as a person, and I'm really proud of who I am and who I'm becoming as a person. And you know what, this year 25 is going to be the year of me reinventing myself and trying things that I've never tried before, and seeing where things will go, no longer being afraid, just walking to the dark abyss with God in one hand, my ancestors in my other hand, and we're just walking together, okay? Walking together, and I have a blindfold on because I don't like walking in the dark. I get scared that, like, you know, Jeepers Creepers, something's gonna come out, but they got me. Period. Anyway, that is it. Happy birthday to me. I'm officially 25. I keep on saying I'm 25. I'm 25 years old. That is crazy. But yes, I'm back though. I'm back on YouTube. Make sure to like, comment, and subscribe, and just let me, and you know, click the notification bell button. It really takes 2 seconds for you to click it so that you can be notified whenever I post. Follow me on TikTok, it's Candidly Ashley. Follow me on Instagram, it's Candidly Ashley with 2 underscores, and follow me on my business Instagram as well, AQ on Cosmetics, and click the link in the description box for that sale. It is www.queenisme.com. That's what AQM means. Stay tuned for the next video. We'll talk later. Bye bye.